Welcome to the Dudes Being Bros podcast. This is episode 14. Are we on 14, Vince? That's what it is, right?
I think so. I think
Okay.
yeah.
With Vince and Ian. And we're here with our buddy Chris, who's one of the most interesting men I know in the entire world.
Oh, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. That's
dude,
flattering.
Listen to his voice, dude. You just want it in your ears all day. All right,
I'm gonna call Chris every night so he can just read me to bed.
He's like
comforting.
He's like the Morgan Freeman of our friend group. He's wise and he's got a nice voice.
No chocolate chips. I'm smooth, baby.
Actually, before we get into now that I mentioned Morgan Freeman, actually, when I was working at my last job, I know I've told Vince this, but my last job, Chris, remember, it was like sales and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I had to like go into like offices and like basically like solicit our service. And so I was with one of the drivers at the time, and one of his stops on his route was Morgan Freeman's like actual like production company.
Oh,
it was like the office that like manages him.
Okay.
So my buddy told me this like right before we walked in. He's like, "Oh, yeah, this is gonna be the office for Morgan Freeman. It's kind of weird. You'll know when you walk in." And I walked in, and there's just like cardboard cutouts of Morgan Freeman just everywhere around the office. Like in everyone's cubicle,
Yeah.
there was like a Morgan Freeman cutout, right?
Wouldn't God have pictures of God around his place too? Like, you know what I mean? Like, doesn't like that's the first thing I thought of.
And so me being me, we walked in there and like the receptionist is right there, and she had like a Morgan Freeman like cutout behind her, and I made the fucking cheesy like, "Oh, hi, Mr. Freeman," and it was just like dead silence from this girl and from the guy I was with, because I just embarrassed him in front of fucking everybody.
Wow.
That joke didn't land at all.
It did. It crashed, dude.
Wow.
But yeah, that's my story about visiting Morgan Freeman's production company.
So you didn't get to meet him?
No, I met a couple cardboard cutouts.
You should have took a bunch of pictures with them. Like each different Mr. Freeman. Here's this one. Here's this one.
I would like to point out that today's choice to drink is Mike's Hard Lemonade Hard Seltzer.
Oh, look at you.
I'm living like it's a fucking Friday, dude. Well, we mentioned the Jake Paul fight right before we started recording. What did you guys think of the fight?
The fight was even a fight. This shit was whack, son.
I didn't actually watch it. I watched like the knockout, but how many rounds was it?
It went into 2 rounds and knocked him out in the second round. Everyone's saying though that Ben Askren took a dive.
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say, because I saw that too. That
he got paid though.
Yeah,
so
he was paid.
Fuck it. He's like, I don't even care if I win or lose. I'm getting paid, bitch.
Yeah. It looked a little weird. I didn't see the actual fight. I usually like if it's like a UFC fight, I usually actually watch the whole card. But for this one, I was like, I'll just kind of wait for Instagram to do its thing. And shortly after, when I saw him get knocked out, I was like, kind of like, oh, that's a weird angle that they keep showing. Like the one where he's like on top, like they show like the angle from above.
Yeah.
And he's just kind of like, whoa. I was like, all right, well,
bro, he got paid $500,000.
That's it.
Wow.
For what? The rounds were what, 2 minutes long, so 3 minutes worth of work. He got paid $500,000.
I feel like
I'm taking a dive too.
Yeah.
Fuck this.
Did you see Pete Davidson's commentary?
Dude, that dude's so weird.
The dude was just talking shit to him right in front of him.
Yeah.
Did you see the rest of those videos? There was like a lot of people that came and saw him, and then there was like even Tyron Woodley was over there just talking shit. I was like, you just want people to just come and talk shit to you before you're gonna go fight? Like, I don't get what you're doing.
Is he challenging Nate Diaz next? I saw that he
Bruh, if he fights anybody that can fight. So first of all, Ben Askren was the lowest ranked boxer in all of MMA, or at least the UFC when he was a part of it for a couple fights. So like, yeah, he fought an a professional MMA guy, but it's like the dude doesn't really box. He wrestles. If he fights Nate Diaz, oh my God. Nate Diaz would whoop his ass. I think if Jake Paul fights anybody that knows how to box, truly knows how to box, it's over.
Yeah.
That fool's going to sleep.
So do you think it was fixed, or what do you guys think?
It might be, because like there's a lot of money in promotion and doing all that stuff. Like Weed Maps was like the sponsor for like the Mike Tyson Roy fight, and like they were the only sponsor because no one wanted to get in on that. So like there's a lot of money like in doing that, and this was like this Jake Paul fight was like a Snoop production and shit. So I'm sure like there's just a bunch of money in potentially weed involved in this whole thing.
Do you think he's actually gonna have a shot at a title soon?
Like a real fight? No, he has to
No.
go through the ranks. He's still an amateur.
Yeah.
I think actually they're sanctioned through California because you can hit it in the head. Oh no, they fought in Georgia. I think it's a sanctioned fight still, so it counts as a professional record. But who fucking knows? I mean, he's got fucking Golden Boy there, Oscar De La Hoya.
Yeah.
He can put him on Golden Boy Productions and get him a real fight if he wants it.
It's probably what they're aiming for. That's why they're doing all these like shitty little fights that were people know he's gonna win.
He fought a basketball player and a wrestler.
Yeah.
I sent you a bunch of memes. It was like Jake Paul beating up a guy that looks like a high school wrestling coach, and it's got Michael Jordan kissing the fucking thing. Like, we fucking did it. That fight earned them the total pay-per-view was $75 million.
Wow.
They sold $75 million worth of bullshit. I streamed that shit for free. Come at me, motherfucker. Come at me, Jake Paul. I'll be the one.
Wow.
So I actually heard this piece of news today. So Morrissey is beefing it with The Simpsons right now.
Really?
Yes. So I guess there was a new episode of The Simpsons now in like it's what is it? That's 31st season because 1990 was the first season or 89, maybe wrong. Anyways, I guess they depicted Morrissey as like super fat, a dickhead, and like he was eating meat. And Morrissey is like really strong against like he's super vegan. Like even any concert he plays, like they wouldn't even allow the crowd to eat meat. So it's just all vegan stuff. But he fired back at The Simpsons over Twitter today and said that they're basically past their time, that they're not funny anymore. Yada yada yada. But you guys
hurtful and racist too.
Yeah. I saw what they actually like did. They did, and I'm just gonna say like The Simpsons have not been the same for years. I had a chance to like rewatch them over quarantine, and right about season 9 is when it starts to go downhill. So it was going downhill for a very long time, but it's still running.
Ooh, I guess Morrissey's had some racial trouble as well. He's been in the past, he's called the Chinese people subspecies because of the way that they treat their animals and shit like that. I mean, I don't know how long ago it was, but I get now that she's like super vegan, and I guess they don't treat their animals accordingly to him.
Like, what if someone just walked up to you and called you a fucking subhuman or whatever it was? What was it? Subspecies.
Subspecies.
Yeah. Stizzy Rip for the boys.
Ian getting baked on stream again.
Yeah.
Hey, it's the pandemic, bro.
No, I hear you.
Is it? I thought the pandemic was over.
It's always what they say. It's always who you know.
That's right.
Vince, I just told him I gotta tell you too, Vince, I just told him that I got the Biden chip in my arm yesterday or whatever, like before you got in here. I did. I just got it actually. I got the one on the 18th or whatever. But I was dying laughing. I forgot what episode it was, but you were like, "Yeah, we're gonna go to this place and they got a shotgun and they're checking temp, so it's all good."
Oh,
yeah,
that was actually
early.
the first episode.
That was like beginning, not beginning. Beginning of this podcast, but like kind of shit was starting to open up and LA was super locked down. So I drive over to fucking the next county over, grab a fucking dinner and a beer.
Yeah,
COVID don't cross those lines, son.
Yeah. That was funny, dude. I was dying.
COVID's a massive disease, but it has its limits. Okay.
Yeah.
Can't cross borders. My cousin Marty from last week. He posted on his Instagram, and they're in like a fucking club in Mexico, and it was just full of fucking people, dude.
I've seen shit like that, dude. And they got a big money, bro. Fuck it.
Yeah.
If you get sick, you get sick. Is I guess it's their mentality.
Did you guys see that My Kim delayed their show again? For
all of their
year?
shows, yeah,
all their shows for another year.
Wow, damn.
Have you heard that like connection thing that's going around? That so like 9/11 happened, and I guess Mikey and Gerard Way lived in New York at the time when 9/11 happened, and Gerard Way credits like 9/11 for like from what he felt that day on like the creation of My Chem. Twilight was inspired by My Chemical Romance because the Stephanie Meyer saw that music video for Helena and like Helena like inspired what Twilight was, right? And so because like Twilight became such a big thing, people started writing fan fiction for it. And 50 Shades of Grey was actually Twilight like fan fiction, like R-rated fan fiction. 9/11 directly created 50 Shades of Grey.
What the fuck?
You're gonna call 9/11? Wait, what?
I didn't create
Oh,
this. I saw
God.
this online.
That's
What a
you
tether,
ripped the
dude.
stizzy and reading that like, yep, it makes sense.
Dude.
Hey, fucking check the facts, dude.
The fucking pyramid just pops up.
That's just taking a string and seeing how far it'll go, and then taking another string and then seeing how far it'll go. That's
I'm just-
crazy, dude.
I'm just saying, am I wrong? I'm not wrong.
I don't know if you're right, but I don't know if you're wrong either.
So Lord of the Rings, the Twin Towers came out when? You see, you got to pay attention to these things.
True.
I think it was like 03.
Actually, no, it was 02.
2002.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Speaking of tickets, Vince, you got Disney tickets, no?
I did, man. I went through the whole fucking debacle of getting tickets to go to Disneyland and that whole release date fiasco. Did any of you guys try to do it?
No, I actually got Universal tickets instead.
Nice.
Oh,
that was probably the smartest move because
It was only
I-
it was only $200 for 2 tickets.
that's so good. I was looking at the ticket prices and it was like $209 for a tier 5, which is like a weekend price. And I was just sitting there scrolling on Twitter because I'd got on the queue at like 7:30 in the morning and it was already like 11 o'clock. And I was like, what the fuck, bro? I've been here for 4.5 hours. Like, what the fuck am I going to do?
This is just to like this. You haven't even bought the ticket yet, right?
Mm-mm. This is just to buy the ticket, then to go make the reservation. But I saw this dude. He was just like, hey, I bought my tickets through the auto club. Now I just need to wait to reserve my days. And I was like,
Oh, is that why you asked me if I had AAA?
yeah, dude. So I was like, oh shit, that was a great idea. So I went to AAA. I got 2 tickets, 2-day park hopper passes for $536.
Oh my god.
But if you think about it, they were selling the tier 5 at $209 for one. So I got 2 days for $536 for 2 people. And I feel like that was a pretty good deal. Basically getting like a whole ass other day for free. Yeah,
Yeah, that's not bad. I heard that some people's like just to like confirm the reservation, it took like 8 hours just to confirm it.
Yeah, I got on at 7:30. I didn't finally get into the queue to actually make the reservation until just about 3:45 p.m.
damn.
And I've been there literally. I mean, fortunately, I work from home and I'm literally sitting in my home office, also my gaming area, also my fun lounge.
Okay.
But
Jack off station.
the jack off lounge. I was sitting here since 7:30. I was working anyways, you know what I mean? So I just had it running in the background. And I was like getting close to signing off of work, and I was like, yo, I don't know if I'm gonna fucking just keep sitting here. I've been in here all day. And yeah, like at 3:45, 4 o'clock, it came on. And I was like, oh fuck, I panicked, booked everything. I fucked up because the Avengers is opening up in June, and I booked everything for May. I was like, you fucking idiot.
Oh, really?
You stupid fuck, Vince. Yeah. So I had the option to go to June, and I fucked up.
Damn.
I fucked up.
At least you get to go though. That's still gonna be cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked on it. It's the park hopper, so I get to go. You have to pick the day, or you have to pick the park you want to start in first. So I picked starting off in California Adventure.
Go
And then
get
at
drunk.
1 o'clock,
Go get drunk first and then go over.
go get a fucking get litty like a titty. And then at 1 o'clock, I can go into Disneyland. And then
Oh,
vice
okay.
versa. So then the next day, I pick Disneyland, and then I can go into California Adventure at 1.
Is that for the numbers? Like, is that to keep the numbers down?
Yeah,
Probably.
I think they're at 25% capacity,
Oh,
which is
damn,
gonna be
that-
sick as fuck.
That's
Think
the
about
way to
going
experience
Disneyland.
the fucking park, though,
Yeah,
dude. Like,
dude.
that's the way to do it. Like,
That's what I'm saying,
yeah,
bro.
I just
Like,
thought about that. Yeah.
Isn't it crazy? Because that's still like 10,000 people.
yeah, but
Yeah.
it's like between both parks, like that's chill.
Yeah.
Ian's
How-
getting baked.
How do
I
they?
got to go to like a theme park once on a grad night. I got to go to Knott's one time on a grad night. So they open it like for the first half of the day, but then you got to clear the fuck out and
Yeah.
skedaddle. They fix everything. And then that grad night happens. And that was the sickest thing ever. That was kind of like, it kind of made me feel like big.
Yeah,
Like Tom Hanks big. Like we got to go on everything twice. And
yeah.
the dude was like, don't even get off. Like he just like legally fucking lifted the thing and then put it back on us and shit. Like he made it like fasten and we got to go through everything. Like it was super cool.
Yeah, I remember that at Trailwake. and then in our middle school, we got to one year it was like Disneyland, and then the next year it was Knott's, and then like for grad night we actually went to Disneyland. Did you go to grad night for Covina?
Yeah, I did.
I did not know.
But everything was closed.
Oh,
when
yeah,
I,
that's
when
right.
I went, everything was closed when I went.
Mhm.
So there was no mountain, I think, that was even open. And I think the only mountain that was, you needed a fast pass to go because it's like a gang of other schools or whatever. So I
Mhm.
was kind of like,
I think we were like the last years to do it because Chris, you're 2 years younger than us, right?
Yeah, he's 2010.
I think I graduated in 2010.
Yeah, I think your guys were like phasing it out with like them because Disneyland doesn't do it anymore. They just do that shit during the day. I think like they
Oh,
don't have
really?
like people go over there and like
Like the midnight thing?
yeah. I remember like K Rock like was there one time and like Power 106 was there. The fucking DJs doing it big.
That's cool.
They don't do like they don't do that anymore.
Wow. I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
A lot of
I
kids are
hope that
doing
this
drugs.
expansion though creates more of that type of stuff.
That's
though.
true.
Like
That'd be
you can
sick.
do more shit like that. Because I don't really like going because I hate crowds, but I go like every 5 years because then like whatever new attraction is already
Just to see
the
what's
traffic's kind of
changed.
already dispersed. Yeah. So when I go, and I've always had access to it. My dad's family, my mom's family, they both had access to the tickets. So I kind of took it for granted. But I would go and just kind of like do everything. And my favorite thing was actually downtown Disney, like the dude playing the Roland piano, like he's just playing shit, like he's just playing all day. And you're like, damn, this guy is gnar. Like I was walking when we walked by and the sun was out, he's playing Kiss from a Rose. We came back, he's playing Stairway. It's like, god damn, like this guy's just got tunes.
Bangers only. Bangers only.
Does he do requests? Like, geez, like
The Mars Copter. Have you seen it?
I saw a picture on it on BBC, so you know it's real. It's not fake news, right? Just kidding. Yeah, they say that we're like the first, or as of today, we flew a helicopter, a remote controlled helicopter on there. So we're doing drone races up there. Watch out, Anakin Skywalker. We're coming for your ass.
I really
Pod race is next, bitch.
I really hope they find something. Like I just want them to fucking find something up there.
Well, I think they will because they landed in that lake. They take the samples out and they send them back home. And if it proves that there's like bacteria there, boom, that's life. That counts.
wow. We
That's
beat
it.
the Russians again.
Fuck yeah, baby. Wolverines.
Wasn't that the Koreans?
Wolverines?
No, in Red Dawn, weren't they fighting North Korea?
Fuck. And then the second one we were in
the
see, you
new
need to stop.
one.
You need to get off that fucking second one, Ian. It's the first one was the original.
Yeah.
Fighting the Ruskies.
Yeah.
All right?
Oh, they
The
were
American.
because that was like at the time of the Cold War.
At the- yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then the second one it was, I think, North Korea because
Of what was going on in North
Kim
Korea.
Jong Un
right.
is
Because Dennis Rodman got on a plane and we weren't having that. So Bush was like green lighted.
Dennis Rodman out here trying to create world peace. I respect that.
What is that guy doing now?
Being
don't know.
Nar, dude. I love it. You have no idea, dude. I love Dennis Rodman. Like he was
Really?
like like him, the dude from Seven Dust, like these like other alternate people. Like I really like how fucking weird they
you
are.
said Seven Dust.
Yeah,
I'm
dude.
writing that down for later. Revisiting Seven Dust.
Yeah, dude. I didn't realize this, but I kind of made this circle in my head as I was throwing some boxes away, and I was like looking through nostalgia and stuff like that, and I'm like, damn. When I was with my dad years ago, I must have been like maybe 10. I was watching MTV2 and I saw Seven Dust, and I was like the first time, or like MTV3 or MTV Metal or whatever those other like MTVs were. And I
Yeah.
saw him on there, and I was like, dude, this is pretty cool. Like this is pretty rad. It was like I didn't really like it too much, but I thought it was still kind of cool. Well, fast forward, I think my first or second year, I think my first year going to Warped Tour, the first band I walk into is Kill Switch Engage. And so I was like, whatever, I'll just watch the show, whatever. We're waiting for other people to get in there. Dude, that's the first show I saw at Warped Tour. So I made the connection like, oh shit, like I didn't even realize that was the dude. He had dreads before.
Howard Jones was in Seven Dust.
I think he was.
I'm gonna look that up.
I'm
Yeah,
Googling
I
it
think
as well.
I think he was. If I'm saying the name of the band correctly, I hope I am.
Howard Jones doesn't appear to be in that band.
No, it
We
was
go
a
to past members.
It
I
was
think I said the wrong band. I forgot what it was, but he has dreads and it's a metal band. It was the band that he was in before that. And I was like, what the hell? I didn't know that.
Well, I remember the guy from Seven Dust having like the newer. They had two vocalists. The new vocalist was
LaJean Witherspoon is the gentleman with the locks, and he's the original singer.
That's the problem with metal bands is it's like baseball teams too have like 1,000 members.
Honestly, I don't know anybody in bands. I know their music, but if you have me like try to like this is the guitar player for this band, what's his name? No fucking clue.
Yeah,
not a fucking clue. That's actually how I met Daniel.
Oh, really?
The guitar player for Fit for a King. Yeah, we were at a bar and he was wearing a Fit for a King hat, and I was like, "Hey, that's a really cool hat, man." He's like, "Thanks, dude. I'm actually in the band." And I'm like, "Oh fuck, my bad." Like, yo, that's cool. So then we started chirping it up and kicking it off from there. But I just said cool hat, and this motherfucker is the guitar player in that band. Like, I don't know anybody in bands, dude, at all.
I'm gonna listen to some Seven Dust right now.
is this the guy, dude? Because I know it wasn't Kill Switch Engage. I know the first thing I heard from him was not Kill Switch Engage, but I know I heard something from him before.
Blood has been shed was Howard Jones's first band, and
1999 makes sense. I dwell on the thoughts of you. 1999 makes sense because I know that it was before I moved here.
Yeah, and then he was in Kill Switch from 2002 to 2011. Also, that's my Kill Switch. That's the best Kill Switch.
I do like that one. Is that the dude with the mutton chops?
You like him over Howard?
Cool. No. Both of them were in there at the same time. The dude with the mutton chops and Howard were at the same time.
Adam D.
Yeah, he was really cool. He came down and actually like ran like right in front of us.
Yeah, he's a really funny and cool guy. He actually recorded Parkway Drive's first album.
Oh wow,
over here.
Seven Dust is hard as fuck, dude.
Yeah, they are, right? Well, I still have heard Seven Dust, but that wasn't the band. I'm sorry. I think it was the other one, the Bloodshed one.
Yo, this song Black is fucking. I'm gonna put this in the podcast. Yeah. If you guys haven't heard, this is from playing it from right now. This is Seven Dust Black. This is a song called Black. If you guys want to look it up, it's pretty fucking hard. I don't remember listening to this back in the day, but
I don't even really remember anything from Seven Dust.
They have one of those like Woodstock 99 performances in front of that crowd of people.
So I love all of those performances. That show is like really special to me. Like not just DMX, but like all those other like acts that were on there. Like I love watching that shit.
God, this is so old. The sound of it is just like you can tell it's
the wah with the tremolo.
Yeah.
I'm watching their Woodstock 99 performance right now.
Yeah.
And that bass is so loud.
Dude.
Holy shit.
See, I love when you watch like all this like late 90s shit. They're wearing like Adidas and everybody looks real new metal-y. Like,
yeah.
Dude, this guy LaJean Witherspoon, he can sing, dude. He's really good. I never paid attention to this band at all.
Yeah, dude. Seven Dust is so nice. They're pretty cool. I gotta actually. That's probably gonna be on the playlist later.
That's everyone's homework after the pod.
Yeah,
let's go listen to Seven Dust. See what you think.
So, did you guys? Let's move on to some movies and TV stuff. Did you guys see the new Marvel trailer today? Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
I have not.
I didn't, but I did something good, Ian.
What?
I watched The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. First episode.
Finally, did you like it?
It was good, dude. George St. Pierre's in there. I was like, what the fuck? That's tight.
Oh yeah, he's in Winter Soldier also.
Yeah, but I'm saying like, yo, I honestly, so the bar was low for that show. I was like, okay, it's not a movie. It's gonna be a kind of whack show, dude. The production in that shit is dope. The visuals are sick.
You didn't watch WandaVision, huh?
Nah.
No, it's the same like quality.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll have to give it a go. But yeah, I'm on episode 2 right now. And I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. I actually stopped episode 2 to come do this podcast.
Oh, nice. You guys want to watch the Shang-Chi trailer right now?
Sure. Spell that, please.
Shang, Shang -Chi.
It's like 206.
Yeah, it's the ING one, IGN.
Yeah, it shows the IGN one.
Oh, it is. Oh,
All right, let me know when you boys are ready.
Yeah, you guys ready?
I am.
Okay. Shang-Chi trailer. 3, 2, 1, play.
Yo, did y'all ever watch Marco Polo?
That show on
Netflix?
the first episode.
Oh, that show's so good. I don't know, just the layout reminded me of it in the beginning.
That was the fist from Kill Bill.
yeah, right.
And where did that get you? You walked in my
Hey, Ian, go punch a wall right now.
That's what Vince is gonna do to Jake Paul.
Fuck that dude up.
I trained you.
Ooh,
The most dangerous.
Yo, the production of the show looks amazing.
looks really good.
Movie, I should say. Sorry.
Oh, I was like, dude, this isn't a show. This can't be. I was like, this looks crazy.
It's time for you to take your place.
Oh, he's the Mandarin.
Dude, that looks dope. That was a little cheesy.
Can't outrun who you really are.
Got some Matrix vibes in here.
Who are you?
That girl's in everything. Yo, Aquafina, she in everything.
She said, "Who are you?" And he made a pose. This looks good.
Oh hell yeah, it looks really good.
We make a
You know,
good
I think they
team.
try to do this with that. Remember that Iron Fist show?
Yeah,
Fucking Danny Rand, bro. That show was bad. It was terrible. It was shitty.
I never
Probably-
got through it. I just gave up.
The only good show from those like Netflix Marvel shows was Daredevil.
Daredevil.
Yeah.
You didn't like the one with that girl? What was her name?
No,
Jessica Jones.
Jessica
no.
Jones?
Yeah, I mean, no. I think Daredevil was like, maybe because Daredevil was the first one, and it kind of like set the bar. I just feel like the other ones didn't really need it. I don't know. I
The
thought
first one was really good. I think the first season's really good of Jessica Jones and Daredevil, but I think Jessica Jones was like accidentally good, but I think
Mhm.
once they decided to make them a larger continuity, like that fucks up story. Like I don't get how people don't understand that. Like larger continuity like that kind of starts to like when you have to tie like 5 things together, it's
Mhm.
hard. Like especially like those DC shows, like on a TV show where you have all this footage, like it's hard to tie all that shit together.
For real.
those
They did
large
that-
ass DC crossovers that are just like you
Yeah.
have to watch all 7 shows on like one night a week to get the whole
Yeah.
story.
Then you see where they cut corners, like you see they're like Gorilla Grodd, and you're like, dude, you got to turn this shit off. You got to try again, brother. Like this is not, you can't. That's not your final draft, is it?
Gorilla Grodd. The low ass CGI monkey.
Dude, it was bad. Like we had already seen like a Skull Island trailer when that came out, and the Planet of the Apes movies were already out. Like we had already had a better sense of what an ape could look like, and then they showed us that. And it's just like,
they
wow.
pulled it was the Optimus Primal from like Beast Wars.
In the original art, yeah.
uh,
That's funny.
we were talking about CW shows in the last podcast, and I say that the production of them, like it's like starts off good and it just goes to shit over the time.
Yeah. They fucked up Riverdale because they tried to tie in Sabrina. But, hey, yo, you want to get crazy? We can go crazy.
But he's
Riverdale's
making my
the shit.
point. You're making my point though.
Yeah, they fucked up Riverdale because they tried to tie in Sabrina because she's in the next town over, and then in Riverdale they started doing magic and shit, and I was just like, what?
You
Like,
know
how
why?
does this,
You know
does this
who?
make any sense?
You know why? Because you know what Riverdale is a property of
What?
DC Warner Brothers.
Yeah, I mean they were.
They,
yeah,
So they do that with all their shit. But you guys, you
Just
know, you
fucking
guys know
ruin it.
that Riverdale is from like Archie comics. You guys remember those?
Yeah. Archie and Jughead.
Yeah. Remember like when you'd go to the grocery store when you were a kid and they had all those Disney magazines and then they had like the Archie ones and you're like, Archie and Sabrina? What the hell is that? Like it was too young for us. Like it was like too old
That
for
shit was
us
not
already,
that shit was not for us.
Yeah.
Speaking of those crossovers, I was making my way to this. There's a crossover where like he like teams up with Batman, and then there's like another one where Predator comes to like Riverdale and he starts taking them out like one by one.
Dude, DC's just like, hey, let's pour anything into anything. Like,
They're like,
is Pacific Rim Warner Brothers, or like the second one or whatever?
I don't know, but that second one like was so
Tanked.
bad.
Yeah,
It was.
you probably heard me say this 1,000 times, but when I saw the trailer and that thing was like filmed in the day, I already knew it was gonna be bad. Like the Guillermo one was filmed like everything looked like at night. It was raining, like it was very gothic.
The neon,
like cities and stuff like that.
Yeah, Guillermo. I don't know what happens with this dude. Like the Hellboy, the first two Hellboy movies, awesome, and he wanted to wrap up the third movie, and he just never did it.
Wow.
Like same with Pacific Rim. I think he had like 3 movies planned out for that too, and he didn't want to come back for it.
But he didn't do the second one though.
No, who did the second one? Let's look that up.
See,
Second
that's the
one
thing.
was Stephen DeKnight.
See, that's the thing. They should have done like now. Where do you go with like the Godzilla shit? Like throw them in there. Like throw something appropriate in there. Don't mix Fast and the Furious into this. I don't want Dominic Toretto sliding down the back of a.
No, I want that so bad, dude. I want that so bad.
I want his unexplained superhuman strength though. Like, have you seen it in certain movies? Like he does certain things where you're like, hey, so like your whole like pec should be ripped in half, like because you held a. He tries to rival Captain America when it comes to holding helicopters and shit like that.
Somebody said like who turned them into the Guardians of the Galaxy.
I'm still Groot.
Actually.
So I had the trailer down on today's show. Did you guys watch the new trailer for it?
For what?
Fast 9?
No, I didn't.
No, I don't think I think I just saw whatever little teaser is out.
Okay, let's react to this next trailer.
Fast 9 trailer. Fuck, here we go.
It's the one that came out like a few days ago.
Came out 5 days ago.
Yeah.
It's trailer number 2. Here comes 3 minutes and 34 seconds of excellence.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. I gotta get high for this, guys. Sorry.
Oh, they're rebuilding the house, bruh.
And we changed too.
You can have it anywhere you want, as long as it's a Corona. Shameless plug.
But we always come back together.
We heard y'all needed a little love out here. Y'all ever thought about the wild missions we've been on? We've taken out planes, trains, tanks. I'm not going to even think about the submarine. And now we got
They fought a submarine?
in the air.
Yeah, dude.
What the fuck is that car flying?
Dom's brother.
How the fuck are they related?
I could kind of see it.
You always say never turn your
They got fucking Vin Diesel on stilts because ain't no way that boy's that tall.
now your little family
Unless John Cena's little.
is in my world.
Well, that's what you're talking about, right?
Yeah, dude.
Whatever's on you.
Like he just took like a 60-footer to the back and he's just gonna get up. Like that's like don't let the kids see that.
No way.
Oh shit.
don't want to play this.
John Louis.
Damn, so no one ever really dies in Fast and Furious, huh?
I guess not.
Except for Paul. He died.
Against brother. This should be interesting. Kill him.
There we go. You know it.
Dude, he
Superhuman
just took a
strength
header
confirmed.
on a fucking beam.
Yeah.
Superhuman strength confirmed. I can't wait.
What is this?
What the fuck is that, bro? Oh my god.
Man, we messing with magnets now?
I swear to God, in 2 years, man, we messing with space now.
Yo, if they don't go to space, I don't want to. They failed us.
Dude.
We supposed to stop that? Hold on!
I spent my entire life in your shadow.
This is a long ass trailer.
And now,
Yeah.
Dude, you're right. 3 minutes.
34 seconds of fucking
you
excellence.
spend the rest of yours.
I don't want to hear any more talk about like, oh, look at all the damage that Superman did to the city. Like, look at these people. Like, look at what they're doing.
Not today.
Did that shit at least
Missiles.
Get the fuck out of here. I can't wait.
Really? Duct tape? You acting like we on our way to Home Depot.
They're going to space. They're going to space.
Go to space, dude. Oh my god, they're going to space.
Can't believe that happened.
I'll
Oh
go
my
watch
god.
that shit for sure.
I hope what they're actually doing is subliminally getting you guys to go to a double feature because those two just fly to where Space Jam is at and you just sit for an additional 3 hours.
They
Bring popcorn and pillows.
they said there's 2 more movies after this.
2 more?
Yeah, 10 and 11. So this one is like the beginning of them wrapping it up.
Wow. It's got to
Oh
be a
my God.
two-parter, and they're gonna end up playing with time just like all the other.
I was gonna say
franchises
that.
do.
I was gonna say that next. They're gonna
Yeah.
like go back in time because you know that spinoff they had with The Rock and Jason Statham.
Yeah, Hobbs
That-
and Shaw. Or
So
something?
like that,
Yeah.
there's a super soldier serum in that universe. So the Fast and the Furious, like Idris Elba has like super soldier strength in that.
yeah,
So if that's confirmed in the Fast and the Furious universe, so at that point anything is possible.
when you think about like the trajectory of like this guy's life, like he was just a stupid mechanic,
stealing
With a
DVD, stealing DVD players.
right? Stealing the technology with a temper, and now he's involved in a totally different government program with an R&D for these vehicles, like. And super soldier serum, like it's just off its rocker now.
They built these guys that were mechanics built a car capable of flying to space. John Cena commented about the trailer, and he said like everything you see in the trailer is like relevant. There's a narrative to it. It just fits. It just goes with it.
It just just buy your tickets. It just fits. It's just gonna make sense.
It works. It works. Trust us. Trust the process.
That is so funny.
Fast and Furious 9, John Cena is Dom's brother. Fast and Furious 10, Undertaker is Dom's father. Fast and the Furious 11, The Big Show will be Dom's grandpa.
Oh, dude.
If we don't get any more wrestlers in this, I don't want it.
Dude.
I want to be in
Um,
space, and I want the Undertaker to at least make a fucking appearance.
So was Gina Carino or whatever in this also before? Or was she only in the Marvel movies?
No, Gina Carano was in Wonder Woman was in Fast and the Furious.
Wonder Woman was in Fast.
She
Gal
was?
Gadot, yeah, she was.
Oh yeah, Han's girlfriend.
yeah, she was Han's girlfriend.
She died.
Yeah,
But-
she died to film Wonder Woman. That's when she got.
But she fought people, right?
Yeah,
think
she was
so.
badass.
Because I'm seeing like flying arm bars and shit in my head, and I'm like, who was that? What was like the female? Because you just mentioned like the wrestlers. I thought about the female UFC fighters that are always in these movies.
Oh yeah, what's her name? What was the name of that female UFC fighter? The big.
Ronda Rousey?
Ronda
Yeah.
Rousey.
Wasn't she in one of them?
I
Yeah,
think
she's
so.
in Fast and Furious.
That's the sorry that I mixed. There we go. Yeah.
Wait,
that's
so
her.
which one's Fast and Furious? That's 4, right?
No,
That's-
Fast and Furious is fuck. Hang on.
That's like the beginning of the reboot.
Yeah,
Because that's the one I like because it's still in reality.
let me do the okay. Here.
Oh yeah, because they weren't planning to like make a universe or anything like that. It was just
Yeah.
Because
like,
that's the one where he died, right? And then they were like,
No.
gonna pay homage to him. He was still alive in that. He was still alive in that one.
Yeah, he's just a cop. Like he's just a normal guy.
are we talking about Paul Walker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think in the next one or the one after that is when he
Fast
or
Five.
I think the one
Fast
after
Five.
that.
He died in Fast, or
There
when
you
they were
go.
filming Fast Five,
Yeah.
and they had that glorious write off. into sunset.
And then
he just got off the freeway and Dom kept going.
it just got ridiculous. I feel like after Paul Walker died, they're just like, what are we gonna do to keep the franchise going? And whoever who did a line of coke and was like, let's go to space.
We're going to space, boys.
Why do we like to do that? Why do we like to implode? We don't want to stop anything at the right time, but we want to like completely like implode and become like a caricature.
You know,
Like, it's almost like the Saints Row route. Like you just become like a thing. Like, what is this thing anymore?
Saints Row.
It's like remember that show Lost?
Yeah.
Lost was like that. First two
Yeah.
seasons were, I think it was only planned for 3, and ABC was like, nope, pump it. So we ended up being what, like 7 seasons long.
Yeah.
And like right after the second season, they like went back in time, and then there's another like part of them that they're like dead, and another one where like
And
it's
then
like
there's
they're dead.
flashbacks.
Yeah, the flashbacks.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't. And then there was like the pirate ship,
Yeah.
the smoke monster. Like there was so much shit going on in that show.
Yeah. If you don't write, so I really have this strong belief that if you don't write something with an end, it's not gonna be good. Like there's just really no like if you don't have a direct ending where you want to go, like it's just not gonna work.
Well, that's the
out.
same logic with Game of Thrones, right? Like they didn't have an ending, so they fucking shit went out, and that's what you got. Was shit.
No, they
Well,
did
he
have.
guessed
The thing
it.
was the
He
shit
guessed
tasted
it.
good though all along the way. Like it was
Yeah.
building lore. It wasn't even like any other show because the hype was still going up with that show.
True.
Yeah, I mentioned last time. If it was filmed and planned correctly, this year would have been pushed off more, but they would have finished Game of Thrones like all the episodes by this year.
Dang.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to know a little fucking craziness? Guess how much money the Fast series has accumulated over the years
Ooh,
through all the movies?
I'm gonna say
For context, China loves these movies. So I just want to also add that in there.
yeah. That's why they say if your movie doesn't do good in China, it's considered like a flop.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go ahead and say like 14 billion.
I was a little less. No. What's your guess?
I'll say like 7.
It's $5.8 billion.
Wow, that's pretty good though.
That's
Yeah.
almost as if like every single person in the world bought like
Something.
$1. Watch the whole thing like once. You know what I mean?
Wow. That is crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I bet what's inside that value also
Oh,
is the
shit.
amount of like lawsuits when kids were like dying, like
Oh,
trying to,
yeah.
trying to like soup up their Hondas and shit, like all the like payout to the manufacturers, that's all included. in that
Dude.
big ass number.
Kids start making fucking ships to space and shit.
Mom, give me the Honda. We're going to space. Like what? There's 7.6 billion people in the world, and they've made 5.8 billion. So almost $1 from everybody.
There's still
About
three,
$1.25.
there's still 3 movies to be made, so they
True.
might hit that.
I just sold drawers.
True.
There's still movies to be
They're gonna
made.
get there.
That's funny.
Yeah, remember that whole racing culture and their whole racing scene, like how bad it was.
Yeah, dude.
They were. I remember I wasn't old enough to drive yet. I don't think I was. Yeah, I was 11 when it came out. I remember seeing on the news that if you got caught street racing, you wouldn't get a ticket. They'd take your car and just crush it because people were dying, like straight up dying. They would crush your car.
Yeah, Honda removed their cars from street racing games in the early
Mhm.
2000s, so you could only use them in closed course racing and stuff like that. There was
Yeah,
that
dude.
True Life episode where the guy was like super fanatical about his car, and he
True
would
Life.
like go
That's a
to like
throwback.
AutoZone like super early, and he was like, "Dude, come on, let me in." They're like, "Dude, you gotta go, like you gotta leave, like."
You got to get a job here or bounce, homie, because you hear
Yeah.
way more than all of us.
Dude, yeah, it was a big thing. It was a huge culture. That to me and new metal, like that whole era, like people wearing Adidas and shit, like that all goes like hand in hand to me. Like I saw like a lot of that like growing up.
Vince
Yeah.
doesn't like new metal.
I don't
Vince-
really like new metal.
I
even
love
though
new
his
metal.
favorite band is from the new metal era.
I love
Fuck you.
new metal. I love
Dude.
it just like I love the rest of them though. Like all like everything had a moment.
Everything had a ooh ah, ah, ah.
Fucking guy.
Before we get into that, the Flash, the Flash movie has begun filming today,
Nice.
Wow.
and Michael Keaton is coming back. He confirmed it.
Who's gonna be in the Flash movie?
So they're doing the Flashpoint story, Chris.
Wow. Why is everybody playing with time? It's not fun
That's like
anymore.
it's like a thing right now, huh?
Yeah, it's boring. It's like played out. I think that's why you guys mentioned this before. I think that's why Invincible and The Boys is gonna it's gonna have its own like thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because they're just rip-offs of like the Justice League, basically.
But it's like still doing its own thing. Like it's still this fresh thing. Like
Yeah, the Boys is tight. So is Invincible.
Yeah.
Invincible's kind of like they're doing that weekly episode like release thing too, but some of these episodes are like boring. Like there's the tone is so like you know how like the tone of Blade Runner is, how like it's really like this really like overture of like violins and shit over like no dialogue, just like looking.
I just rewatched those recently, so I'm glad that's
I just yeah, that's how Invincible is. But to add to the Blade Runner thing, I recently watched 2049. That's the year it is, right?
yeah.
I rewatched that, and the first time I watched it I fell asleep,
I did too.
and then I rewatched it again and just kind of like appreciated the filmmaking,
Yeah.
because this guy Denis Villeneuve is the same dude that's gonna make Dune coming out.
Yeah, that's an amazing movie. There's a lot of people who, because I like the original too. I like the final cut, and a lot of people like the new one over the final cut or whatever. But I really like the final cut, the whole Deckard story, and even why he did it. Like I like learning all that stuff about the first film. What were you saying, my bad?
Yeah, that movie has like a crazy like pop culture following. What's the word for it?
It
It's
kind of
like,
kicked off like cyberpunk. Like it's kind of like the beginning of like the visual for like cyberpunk and stuff like that. Like even like, you know, dealing with like I didn't realize this, but like replicants are not like machines. They're beings, like cellular beings made for this. So like when they shoot the girl in the glass, like when he kills like the last replicant, not the guy, but the woman, and she's like gets shot like in her chest, like there's not like a metal part or whatever. Like there's like she's a real being kind of, but she's just a humanoid. Like, it's like
yeah,
weird.
that's what Jared Leto says in that movie.
Yeah.
He's like, I can only make so much.
Yeah.
I hate Jared Leto.
Have you ever seen I didn't know this, but Deckard's retired, right? And then they try to, in the first movie, he's retired, then they try to get him to hunt Blade Runners again. But the reason why he retired in the first place is because the Nexus 3 was too lifelike. It was too human when he was terminating them. So he started to get weirded out. And then now they asked him to come out of retirement during the Nexus 6 era. They're even more realistic. And then
that's 2049, right?
No, that's just the first movie. And then he meets a Nexus 7, which is the woman that he ends up falling for. And she's like a prototype who can have a child. Then that leads to 2049. So I was like, wow, that's a weird, like, that's this guy's life. Like you're watching him, he's hunting down iPhone 12s, then he's hunting down iPhone 13s, then he's hunting down. It's like, when I put it in that perspective, I was like, damn, that's kind of crazy.
That movie got 88% on Rotten Tomatoes and 8 out of 10 on IMDb.
Wow.
84% Google users. Blade Runner 2049.
Oh yeah.
Blade Runner's always been kind of like a hit or miss with me, but when you put it into the perspective of like what the movie actually is about, because I think a lot of people watch those movies and are like, what the fuck is this about?
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to take in like all at once. So I get it. But with the context, it just gets like better for me. Like, I had to watch one, then go to sleep, then watch another one. I didn't even do like a double. It would be too much for me to try to process or anything like that.
I know Chris is a huge Mortal Kombat fan. Me and him used to go toe to toe on Mortal Kombat X.
Oh yeah.
I used to piss him off by doing the Sub-Zero three hit combo where he hits you high, mid, and low. I remember you would rage on fucking PlayStation with that shit, dude.
I don't even remember, but that sounds accurate.
I was gonna ask you, the movie comes out this weekend. Are you gonna watch it?
It's funny. I wasn't going to, but Mortal Kombat games always come out around my birthday. And so since the movie's coming out around this time anyway, I was like, oh, okay, I'll probably just go see the movie. I didn't even play the last game, but I'll probably watch the new movie though.
The last one was really good.
The last game?
The last game was really good. Yeah, about it.
It was kind of like that Justice League game where there's like you can put a gauntlet on and then all that other stuff.
Yeah, Injustice.
Oh, okay. That whole upgrading thing kind of didn't do it for me.
You didn't like that?
No, it just makes it a little bit too complicated. I like just something that you just plug and play and kind of.
It kind of reminded me of like they took like the whole customization of like Destiny,
Yeah.
where you have to grind so many hours for this one piece of gear, and then you get this one, and then you get online. There's like 50 other people with the same shit, so it's like, why am I worrying about customizing my character if it's gonna look like everybody else's?
Yeah, exactly.
I had to join
And
the glasses crew. Just put my glasses on. Just realized you guys are glasses gang, and I was not glasses gang. Fuck.
Team Astigmatism, what's up?
I really do have one. Do you?
I think I do. Yeah, I don't remember. I haven't been in the eye doctor in a long ass time.
These are just blue light. I'm just doing it for fucking hype.
Those are his rave glasses. Have you guys seen the Last of Us show started filming?
I'm excited for that, dude.
Dude, I hope it's good.
I'm excited
Gabriel
for that.
Luna just got casted as Tommy.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool. That's such a coherent story too. It has like a beginning, a middle, and end. It has like a place. So I hope that that they do it some justice.
I wonder if it's just going to be like one season long, or if it's going to be like multiple seasons.
I think it's multiple seasons, and they already said they're going to change a couple things that are according to the game. But again, I think the things they have to change are that they have to change the things from the game, so it's not so finite. So it's not so like boom, one season.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
I think the beautiful thing about the first game, it did feel like a movie. You know what I mean? Like it was such a it's probably one of my favorite games ever. The first one, the second one's really good too, but just the whole first one kind of captivated me. I was like, "Yo, I'm playing a movie." Like and it looked beautiful for the time too.
Yeah.
So can the cordyceps virus in the game, can it be transmitted through the air, or is it just through bites?
It's multiple ways.
Yeah, bites, spores,
Scratches, I think.
Scratches, yeah,
bites,
But-
spores, and scratches.
But the spores are only like in their dens, right?
yeah. Well,
So
they're
they're-
overblown.
Oh,
It's
okay.
overgrown. But like you have to constantly breathe that in, and that's like you play the game, so you're never in one place long enough to breathe shit in to do.
Yeah.
So that's like another like way that I guess people get. You know what I mean?
yeah. I really like how like you get infected. It's not just like a zombie, you know, like you get the infection and then you slowly deteriorate into like the worst of the fucking things. And I was like, yo, that's a cool take on fucking like zombies, if you will. You know what I mean?
Dude, that put Walking Dead to shame. Everything.
yeah.
Like nothing. I don't believe in any of that shit anymore. They took something and just was like, oh yeah, this happens to crickets. So what if it happened to people?
Mhm.
And then there's like a little documentary like about how they make it, and the guy's showing like that big old like claw on here, and I'm like, I mean that's clearly Guillermo inspired, but let him fucking do his thing. Like that's dope. You know what I mean? And then it's
Yeah.
hard to shoot and shit. They have to make those sounds, the clicking sound. Like
yeah,
that's
that's
weird.
just creepy.
I
The
like
way you have
worlds
to
like
sneak too.
You get 6 bullets the entire fucking game. You got to make it through it all.
that. Dude. See stuff like that, A Quiet Place, like put me in your world. Like your world
Yeah.
is so cool. Like it's dangerous, but your world is rad. Like I want to hang for a little bit.
I can't wait to see that movie. By the way,
Yeah.
that was like, one of the biggest like sad moments of 2020 last year when they delayed that movie. I was like, fuck, man, I really wanted to see that, and it was like the week before it was going to come out.
Dude. Yeah, that's probably one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah. The Last of Us actually is probably one of my favorite games too. I don't really remember if like the multiplayer when it came out, but when I first played that game, I was like, "Fuck, dude, this is such a when like a deep like sad story." Like when I forgot the name of the other characters, when the guy and his like little brher, and then the little brother
Dude,
gets the
little
virus.
yeah, dude, that was gnar.
Yeah, and he has to kill him.
Yeah, dude.
It reminisced. Well, I know like at the time from The Walking Dead, Morgan and like his son.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that sort. That storyline was sad.
Which The Walking Dead is like I think it's coming to an end this year.
Yeah, this is the last season, right? Season 11. But they're gonna do another spinoff. I heard,
Oh,
or it's like a prequel or some shit like that.
Yeah. My dad still watches that, and when we play tennis, he's like, I watched because it's getting so ridiculous. And I was like, really? And he's like, yeah, like the zombies are not consistent. So like, you know, sometimes like it'll rip right through your chest, or sometimes like it'll just like claw you or something like that, or like whatever. I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. Like I guess like, and he's like, why do they still make noise? Like other movies show you where like they learn how to live where they don't make noise.
Yeah.
Like this show's been on since fucking the beginning of television, it feels like, and they cannot figure out how to make a fucking noise. They've had a baby, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
Like,
I had no idea where they were going to go with that when they got pregnant with her. I was like, "Yo, she's fucking dead." I mean, I read the comic, so I knew that. But like, why would you write a baby into that story? How do you keep a baby quiet for more than fucking 2 hours, bro?
Remember in a Quiet Place, they put him in the box. Like you put the
dude,
baby in.
you want to talk about
box.
tension? You want to talk about anxiety right there? When they put that baby in that box, I'd already had a kid. And I was just like, this is this got fucking gnarly quick. Like this went from 0 to 60.
What do you think of the designs of the aliens in that movie though?
In what?
In a Quiet Place.
Spoilers, I haven't seen it, so thank you for that, Ian.
So you can't really see them ever anyway.
Yes, you have. Shut the fuck up. You watched that movie.
I've never seen A Quiet Place.
I recommend it, dude. You really should. You'll love it. You'll love it.
Okay, let's not talk about the Quiet Place.
No, you
because-
can. I'll be fine.
I don't even remember what they look like. They have like the face of like the ugly bats, and it like opens up. Obviously, it's a scary movie, so they want to intimidate you. So it'll open up, and their little like jowls will flank or whatever.
You know what I like is how they told the backstory. Like before there was even going to be like a second movie that shows like the backstory. They told the backstory in the newspaper clippings.
Yes, dude.
And it was very vague. All you found out was like the aliens came on an asteroid that like crashed, and there was 4 of them, and then they started multiplying and killing everybody.
This is my theory, right? If we're gonna keep remaking superhero movies, we should adopt that method. I don't give a fuck about Martha and Thomas Wayne anymore. Just show me what happened in newspaper clippings and get on with it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, don't show me Uncle Ben. I don't
That's
care.
what Spider-Man
Just-
Homecoming did really well, though.
and I appreciate that. I really do, because
Yeah.
we don't care anymore. We're done. Like, it's like everybody already knows these stories. So I really like that kind of storytelling in the beginning, or that setup in the beginning.
The Quiet Place 2 comes out May 28th.
Oh,
Nice.
sick.
So that's in a couple days here. No,
Dude.
yeah, well, technically.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys remember this, but there was a story back in, I think it was like 2013, 2014. Ship capsized off of like the coast of like Kenya or something like that. 12-person crew, and there was one guy that survived, and he survived because he got trapped in like an air bubble.
Oh, I do remember that. Yeah.
You guys remember that? He got trapped in an air bubble, and it sank, and he survived there for like 3 days underwater. And he heard like the sound of sharks like going after the bodies of his like crew members.
Yeah, dude, that shit was crazy.
That's a gnarly way to go out.
And when they found him, dude, he looked so scared. I remember seeing just a picture of him just like in shock, like shell shocked.
Well, he only had like a certain amount of hours of air. So apparently they found him like a couple hours before he would have run out of air.
Okay.
But I guess like they sent divers down there because they were specifically like looking for bodies. And so like the way they find him, they're on the diver's like cam, like his camera, his dive cam. And he's like searching for bodies. So he's expecting to see a dead body, and he sees his hand, and then it just grabs him. And the diver freaked out, and then you see like the guy freaked out, and I guess he was surviving on like 2 cans of Coke because he didn't drink any water.
Yeah, he was the cook, the Nigerian cook who survived 3-day shipwreck.
Whoa. That
Fuck
is
that,
gnarly.
bro.
I can't be. I'd be scared shitless too. I can't be breathing the air knowing that it's going like it's just going away from me. Like I can't be like.
Well, I
That's
guess he created like more air and more CO2. Like he started getting rid of the CO2 because I guess he was like splashing in the water. So
Okay.
that took some of the CO2 out of there, so he didn't like suffocate.
Wow.
That's
No,
a
I
big know,
know, but
brain
just like
move.
the panic of that, like the panic.
Oh,
of,
yeah,
like,
bro,
I'm
for
breathing
sure.
this air, so I'm taking money out of a bank that I can't see, I don't know how much money is in that
Yeah,
bank.
dude, fuck
and, and
that.
each time I panic, I'm like, wait, fuck. And I take more money from that bank. Like I'm fucking up.
How many panic attacks do you think this dude had? Like real shit. Like honestly, I'm super claustrophobic. I remember playing hide and go seek one time, and I hid underneath the bed. It's the one where everyone hides with you. I forgot what that game's called. But
yeah.
so you hide and then everyone hides, and the last person to come find you is like the next person becomes it. So I hid
Is it
underneath the
called
bed.
Sardines?
Yeah, sardines.
There
That
you
is
go.
what it's called. Bro.
Yeah,
It's called sardines. So I hid underneath the bed, and all these people started climbing underneath the bed with me. And then I could just totally feel like the cold air turn into like warm air. And then someone, like, I was tucked all the way back into a corner, and I had like 5 other people underneath the bed with me. And I had a full on, like, get the fuck out of here. I'm freaking out, dude. I'm freaking out, man. I went to like a panic attack because like I was not breathing my air anymore. You know what I mean? Like it was warm air of somebody else. And I was like, we're dead. We're fucking dead, bro.
Damn.
I would have had a heart attack if that was me stuck in there for 3 days.
and
Dude,
that's
if you're
when,
the little kid in the
and that's when you
jumper-
came out of the closet.
Yes, sir.
Dude, if you're like the little kid in the jumper, like I know what you're talking about, like when you feel like that. If you're the little
Yeah.
kid in the jumper when all your big cousins are in and you're in that thing's just like you're
Or
down
some
there.
fucking asshole turns it off on you and you're stuck in there like, I gotta get the fuck out of here.
Dude.
Or the person that runs into the side so it like flips over.
Yeah.
You know that superhuman strength you get like when your kids are in danger?
Yeah, dude.
That happened when I was at my sister's house. The thing like came down, the jumper was coming down, and I was delivering kids. I was pulling them out, looking for mine, just yanking them and throwing them to the parent until I found mine. Yeah. Superhuman strength.
Oh, dude, that's I can only imagine straight adrenaline, just fucking, where's my kid? You're not it. Just
I was
chucking
like, yep.
babies out.
I was like, white one, black one, white one. I'm like, ding, 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 ding. Grab him. Just kept pulling the rest of the kids out.
But yeah, what would you guys do in that situation if you're stuck underwater like that?
Bitch, I'd be dead. I already told you.
Yeah, I think the panic attack would have took me.
After they actually like pulled him out, because I guess they had to, once they found him, they didn't take him out right away because they weren't prepared for like a rescue. One of the divers had to dive back up, and they had to go get like safety, or like have safety equipment brought to them to rescue this guy out of there.
Yeah.
And then once they pulled him out, they had to put him in a decompression chamber.
I was
for
gonna say,
days.
they'd have to do some decompressions on him because he'd been underneath the water for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
Dude,
guess
he could have fucking died going up, just getting the bends.
yeah, they said he's never been on the ocean since.
I don't blame the
I
guy.
wouldn't even be fucking drinking water at that point.
let me get a Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
No, it was Coke. Coke's
Oh yeah, Coke. Yeah,
He's
Coke's-
sponsored by Coke now.
Imagine like he gets his letter. He's like, to help you with your with your trauma. He's like, here's a lifetime supply of Coke in a hat, and he just has like fucking.
He rocks a
PTSD
hat
from it.
every day, everywhere he goes. Shout out Coke. Y'all kept me alive.
How do you get a job like that though? Like I'm a cook I'm a chef on a cook.
Chef on a cook? You mean a chef on a boat?
Yeah.
Because people got to eat, bro. Like, you think about it, like these fishermen, they're out there for days on ends. They're not just going and doing trips to Rosarito, pulling tuna out and jumping back in. Like, they're out there catching big or casting big nets and just pulling fucking fish up. It's a whole on production crew. Haven't you seen Deadliest Catch, bro?
I love that shit.
You know what? I just saw a trailer for a new season.
Yeah, I think it's the last one or something like that. Last Deadliest Catch.
I
now
can get
the-
lost in those like A&E
They're so
shows
good.
when they're building diesel trucks or something like that. I'm like, well,
Yeah.
god damn it, I gotta see what they do to this Ford. I gotta wait. Like, I gotta see what they do to this tank. They're gonna spray with bed liner.
I fucking love that shit. What was the other one too? Like those people that lived in Alaska.
Ice road truckers.
No, the ice road truckers is tight, but I'm talking about like the fuck, what are they called? Wild Alaska or something like that.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the one where they cut logs and they have like the greenhorn that cuts the log? They cut like these big
Yeah,
ass logs
dude,
up.
and they send that thing down that almost fucking
Dude.
fucks people up.
Dude, they always like they'll always have content with that. The fucking
yeah, dude.
narrator's always like, the crank is broken. Then he explains what the fucking crank does. It shifts the log and cuts it in half and sends it down. It's like some Acme cartoon.
Dude, it's I can't believe that's like the best line of production still. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like how have we not, has no one thought that some dude that lost a hand or a finger, but like, it would be better if we did it this way.
Yeah.
Nope, they're still just sending that fucking ton thing down a fucking zip line, and dudes are standing next to the tree, just like whack. Like,
Yeah.
fuck.
It's very Avatar though. There's something like really cool about the like what they're doing and how hard it is, and like that classic like A&E like hard life show. But then there's something very like Avatar, like the blue people, where like there's someone in a spaceship above them, or someone like in a building somewhere that's just like, yeah, this is 23 billion right here, and then this is like, like fuck a toucan, I don't care, like, you know what I mean. And then in Blade Runner, right, this cyberpunk world, they don't have real animals, so I'm like, oh yeah, there's a connection there. We're racing towards that. So I watched a documentary, I think it's called Unseemly: The Investigation of Peter Nygard. I think it's on Discovery Plus. But like this guy puts Epstein to shame though, because what this guy was doing was he made all of his money selling really fancy clothing for older women. And so like he's just like the only guy in this category, right? Like everybody wants to make Victoria's Secret and shit like that, right? So he's the only guy in this category. So he's loved and beloved in that way. So he's one of these private island motherfuckers. And so I'm always like, dude, if you don't even want to do what the fuck you want to do in the States, you're sus. Okay.
Yeah.
You don't want to talk to women. You want to tell women what to do and like brand them and shit, like the next VM guy and all that stuff like that. So what this guy was doing though, took just everything. He just kicked everything up to 11. Okay. He would take these girls from like the Bahamas or wherever his island was at. He would take them, rape them, have them get an abortion. But then he was in China learning how to fuck with stem cells, and his thing was immortality. He wanted to be like immortal.
What the
so
fuck?
He gets his own stem cells basically from these women with his aborted thing, right? Kids, right? Aborted, whatever. And then he injects himself with it, and so he stays live and has vitality through doing that. This guy's now in jail or whatever, and so they say that he's fucking withering away because he's not on those intravenous
stimmies.
So
what the fuck?
Yeah. So listen, it's so funny how like if you watch Fresh Prince or something like that, it was like, yeah, I'm gonna go hang out with my friend on a private island. Like, wait, let me explain something to you. If you want to go somewhere where our government is not, I don't care about how you feel about them here. You're really gonna want them when you're there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? When you're fucking Uncharted and they're just like, no, we brand bitches here. I thought you knew on the plane that we it's like that's the part where I'm like, no, you can meet me at the Courtyard Marriott here in the lobby in the front. Fuck that. You know what I mean? I didn't even take an Uber here. Fuck that. So yeah, these private island dudes. So you can watch that. Shouts out to Chris Hansen because he's the one that did the documentary. Investigative journalist Chris Hansen.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yo, that dude has 9 kids currently.
Nygard?
Yeah.
So they're also, and I'm not going to spoil it for you. So I just gave you the overview of the guy. They're in the documentary and they've got shit to say. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm just going to leave it there.
Damn, bro.
And it's not homework because I'm sure it's leisure. I'm sure you'll go check it out anyway. Like this guy is gnarly. Like he's just next level.
He's worth $90 million too currently as of 2020.
Yeah. Like he's the only one who makes these fucking pantsuits that like Hillary Clinton is wearing. You know what I mean? And he's the only one doing it. So he has this market cornered. Like that's it.
Bro, he's got a weird ass mullet.
Yeah, he does.
If I'm taking anything away from the pictures of him, granted, he's got a lot of very attractive young ladies around him. He's got a fucking weird haircut.
Like he had issues with his neighbor, where his neighbor was like, "I hear women screaming. Like, why are you not coming down here?" And
yeah,
you know what I mean.
Fuck that, dude.
And he would have parties and send people there, and has models, and fucked one of the models. She was super young, had his kid. It's just this guy's gnar.
Mudvayne announced a reunion.
Yeah, they're coming back, boy.
I always like to call them Wish App fucking Slipknot.
Oh, for sure.
Dude, that's hilarious. Wish App Slipknot. That's funny.
I think they're gonna drop a new song too. They posted some teaser with it. I saw Mudvayne at my first concert. They're like the special guest for Ozfest that year. And I don't know. I never really got into Mudvayne. Like I think I like 2 songs from them. Like really, that's about it.
Wow.
Yo, what's the singer for fucking Nickelback?
Chad Kroger, right?
No, Creed. My bad. Creed. What's
Scott
Oh.
Stapp.
Yo? You sent me something on TikTok. That motherfucker's got a song coming out, bro. He's still making music, baby.
He wants
Quality
to get
content.
He wants to get Creed back together, dude.
Oh,
Wow.
I'm for it.
A band I really like too called While She Sleeps. They put out a new record, and they released it independently, so that way they could get all the money from the ticket sales and give it to all their unemployed workers.
That's what's up.
Oh, that's cool.
And because for some reason, because they did that and they didn't release it on a major label, they're not eligible for like a Grammy or anything like that.
That's bullshit.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. And then T Swift is up for a Grammy too because she re-released all of her songs and shit like that. She bought them back, or she like did variations of them. And since they came out, they're technically new songs. She can win Grammys for those too.
What the fuck?
It's fucking bullshit, dude.
Wow.
But I mean, good for her for getting her fucking masters. You know, like everyone wants. That's crazy that you can make music, but you don't own the rights to it.
Yeah.
The label does. But
Yeah.
now
I'm so surprised how many times that happened. I cannot believe how many times that happens.
yeah, I think Panic at the Disco. I mean, I'm not a big Panic fan, but he has that one line in the song where it's like, what is it? The record label is his pimp, and he's just selling fucking singles or something like that.
Yeah.
Because it's true. It's like the artists make all this music, and the record label's like, cool, thanks for the fucking money. We just sit here, help
Yeah.
you get your sound out.
And it happens at every level. Like it happens like on like the lower end. It happens like to Toni Braxton. Like she just got a RAV4 on the dress she wore to the Grammys. Like that's it. She didn't make anything off the first album or like make anything off the first singles.
I think I just saw like a video on Slipknot a little while ago, and they said that that's why they had such an extensive like tour schedule, because they weren't making any money off of their records.
I was talking to a buddy, and he said the way it breaks down in the beginning of your musical career, you get signed, it's like 80-20. Like the record label gets 80 and you get 20 until you can pay off what you did for that album. Like they'll front you the money to go record with somebody badass, which is super sick, right? But unless you have the money to finance that record on your own, the label, you owe the label. So at an 80-20% rate, like that's fucking insane to me.
Wow, dude.
Chris, you got a breakdown for us?
I do. I don't even know where it's at. I like many of them, but it's a Deftones song.
Nice.
It's from that early shit because I was listening to your guys' podcast earlier and I got in the mood. So, Bloody Cape.
Ooh, that's a good song.
Yeah.
Even though it didn't come out around that time, to me, that song really reminds me of that scary movie with the kid who's like Superman and he's evil.
Oh, Brightburn.
Yeah.
That's another universe that would have potential.
I think that would be super cool.
3, 2, 1, go.
I feel like this Deftones album was like the first time I truly liked Deftones. Like I got them from my brother, and obviously, you kind of always like your older brothers and siblings, shit like that. Like, oh, it's cool. It's what older kids are listening to. But when this album came out, I was old enough and like coherent. I was like, yo, this album is tight, dude. Like, I fuck with Deftones.
That's so cool.
Oh, I remember this song. That riff's always tight to me.
This song reminds me of like it kind of reminds me of Batman Beyond, like the main theme to Batman Beyond.
I feel
like
that.
the
Yeah.
bounce to it. Like I really like that.
Yeah, this was early 2000s, so yeah.
Yeah. You know the Deftones were in The Crow, the second one?
Oh really?
They were the band playing there.
Oh shit.
I forgot who's the girl in that?
Biling or
Oh, no. Maybe there's a third one.
there was a third Crow movie.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. I know they tried to remake it, and it was supposed to be with Jason Momoa, and it just
No,
never-
there was more than that. There's The Crow, The Crow City of Angels, The Crow Salvation, and The Crow Wicked Prayer. Yeah, I just remember seeing them in The Crow. Look which one it is. I'll look it up right now.
See that new metal like snare, dude. I need
Yeah.
that in my life. I love that. That's the only reason why I even listen to Nookie in the first place. It's got like that perfect snare, like horn, that perfect snare.
Well, Abe, the drummer for Deftones, he has like a marching drum snare. That's why it sounds like a clean pop.
I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
that shit
My
wound
own
up so
personal
tight. And
summer.
just
Yeah. That's so hard, dude.
yeah, I love his snare. Now that you hear like that, that's a marching drum. You can kind of hear like a roll. You hear like a roll on that shit.
Yeah. I just like how high it is. Like, I
Yeah.
just love it. Like,
Nick Cannon would be losing his shit trying to play that motherfucker.
that's the thing that I like too. I like that a lot of these bands, you know them by their kit. Like I love when you know a band by their kit. So like the moment you hear like a bass line and a corn song, you know it's a corn song. You know you hear a snare or whatever.
I think for Korn, it's the bass for that. The like scratchy, like that's for me. Yeah.
And like the funk riffs.
Yeah, super funky. What do you think Deftones' big sound is? Is it Chino, the singer? Like you would know instantly that was Deftones based off the singer or the drummer or the guitars?
So when you showed Loathe, that one podcast, I knew they were copying what's it called before you even said it. So that has no vocals, but I knew from the sound, this kind of like airy guitar sound. You're trying to, I know where you're inspired by. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I appreciate that it sounded different. So it's a little bit of everything, but for that, I just want to give you that little tidbit because he wasn't even on there. Like they weren't even trying to sound like him, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, they're definitely metalcore Deftones.
I love Deftones, dude. They're so good.
I got into them really late.
Confirmed it was the Crow 2 that the Deftones is in.
Really?
Yeah, they're the band on stage.
Okay, guys, thanks for watching this episode of the Dudes Being Bros podcast. Thanks to Chris for coming out and actually for zooming with us.
Thanks for having me, man.
Always great talking to you, dude.
Hell yeah, you're definitely welcome back anytime you want. And we're gonna make shirts. What is this gonna say again,
I
Ian?
was gonna say guest.
Guest, yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
So
Last time. Yeah, dude.
Shoot me a text of what your size is, and we'll get you a guest T-shirt. Also, you are the man that brought this lovely computer home for me, so I can do my streams and play all my games. Without you, we'd still be running that fucking laptop. So I appreciate you, bro.
No, I'm glad you upgraded, man. It's cool.
Dude, this thing is a tank. It's a workhorse. It's fucking amazing.
So I built what you had too. I had to build it earlier this year before the semiconductor crunch, and so I got one right here.
Nice. I can kind of see it in the mirror behind you.
Yeah.
Right on, man. Well, I appreciate you, man.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome back anytime. Official Dude Bean Bro.
For sure.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys next time. Make sure to like and subscribe.
Drink your emergencies. Peace.
See ya.